In the context of the world of startups and venture capital, what role did Silicon Valley Bank play? To a large extent, everything. Welcome to another incredible agriculture video where we show you the future of farming today. Today we will talk about how Silicon Valley Bank helped build the agriculture industry and technology and what their downfall may have meant and how it affects agricultural financing. Silicon Valley Bank is a type of financial institution that caters to the needs of investors, startups, and technology enterprises by offering a wide variety of financial services. On the other hand, a significant number of individuals are unaware of the fact that SVB has been instrumental in the development of the agricultural sector by contributing to the construction of technology that has significantly altered the cultivation, harvesting, and distribution of food. The function of SVB within the agricultural sector. SVB has a long tradition of being a supportive partner to the agricultural sector. In the early 2000s, when the tech industry was only getting its start, the bank first started collaborating with several enterprises in the field. It was difficult to produce crops in an efficient and environmentally friendly manner at the time because the majority of farmers and agricultural firms were utilizing antiquated technologies. Finance and business investment. SVB realized the need for improved technology in the agricultural sector, and as a result, the company started supporting and investing in agtech startups. Because of this backing, the sector was able to get off the ground, and businesses were able to create and market new technology. SVB has maintained its commitment to investing in agtech businesses by providing financing to support the company's sustained growth and expansion. Innovation. The investment made by SVB in agtech has contributed to the acceleration of innovation within the sector. Agtech companies have developed cutting-edge technology that has fundamentally altered the cultivation, harvesting, and distribution of agricultural products. For instance, technological advancements in agriculture have made it feasible to increase crop yields while simultaneously decreasing the number of inputs such as water and fertilizer used. The use of other technology has made it simpler to remotely monitor crops, which has increased productivity and decreased expenses. Partnerships. SVB, being America's 16th largest commercial bank before the time of cave-in, has also established agreements with several agricultural enterprises in order to assist those businesses in the implementation of new technology. With these relationships, farmers and agricultural firms have gained access to cutting-edge technologies, which has assisted them in becoming more productive and environmentally responsible. Agricultural businesses have been able to gain access to resources, such as cash, technology, and knowledge that they otherwise might not have been able to obtain as a result of this partnership. The failure of the Silicon Valley Bank. Due to the hike in interest rates presented by the Federal Reserve to relegate inflation, coupled with the money yank of its customers after the bank's balloon deposit period created by COVID, SVB became the biggest U.S. bank failure since the global financial crisis. As a result of the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, concerns have arisen regarding the possibility of a larger fallout within the technology sector. The bank was taken over by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation of the United States in order to prevent any additional damage from occurring. Tens of billions of dollars were deposited there by startups and the private equity investors that backed them. A professor at Stanford University and the founder of multiple companies, Joseph DeSimone, believes that the absence of the bank is a huge loss for the innovation economy because the bank was a significant financial partner for the innovation economy. In the past, the corporation had boasted that almost half of technology and life science companies that obtained U.S. funding banked with them. As a result, many people are concerned about the potential ripple effects that could result from the collapse of the company. Only up to $250,000 per customer account is guaranteed by banks that are members of the FDIC. The most recent annual report published by SVB revealed that 96% of the company's total deposits of $173 billion were not insured. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation stated that all accounts would quickly get access to the insured portions of their deposits, but that the rest would depend on how much is recovered from sales of the bank's assets, which can be a time-consuming process. This announcement was made after the bank failed and the FDIC was forced to step in. The real victims of the SVB fallout are the depositors, which include startups with 10 to 100 employees, because these businesses may not be able to make payroll and will be forced to furlough or shut down workers, as stated by Gary Tan, the head of the well-known incubator Y Combinator. He issued a dire warning that an entire generation of American companies would be wiped out in the space of a couple of months. William Ackman, an activist investor, voiced similar concerns, claiming that the failure of SVB could result in the destruction of a significant economic factor that contributes over the long term. He stated that a highly dilutive government-favored rescue should be explored as an option in the event that private capital was unable to supply a solution. Even though SVB had approached a number of banks about the possibility of a buyout, the company was unable to find a solution in a timely manner. Hedge funds are reportedly proposing to front cash to the corporate clients of SVB, albeit at a discount of between 20 and 40%. CEO of Compass Coffee, Michael Haft, said in an email that the privately owned coffee company from Washington, D.C., had their payroll severely impacted. He is just one of many agriculture-based providers scrambling to recover from the immediate crunch on liquidity caused by the demise of SVB. Cirque Estate, a California winery, and Farmbox RX, a company that partners with health insurance planning to deliver healthy food, would be part of the agriculture companies that were of the bank's portfolio. Founder of the video platform Capsule, Champ Bennett, disclosed that the $5 million that was raised in the middle of February as part of the company's first seed investment round was kept at SVB and is currently inaccessible. The CEO of the virtual gig platform Wave, Adam Arrigo, issued a warning to his fellow digital entrepreneurs, stating that this would have a major impact on all parties involved, regardless of whether or not they had invested money in SVB. Bennett and others believe that the future of other banks that are preferred by the IT industry, such as California's First Republic, whose stock price dropped by 30% in just 2 days, likewise causes concern. Some people are beginning to view the recent failures of SVB and Silvergate Bank as illustrative of the unstable nature of the current economic system. U.S. investor Arjun Sethi raised issues about the safety of banks in comparison to the safety of decentralized finance. Decentralized finance enables users to access their cash at any time and without the need for an intermediary, but it does not offer deposit protections or laws. Consequences. The failure of Silicon Valley Bank may have substantial repercussions for agricultural financing, particularly the provision of capital for businesses that manufacture agricultural equipment or fertilizer. It was widely known that SVB was a prominent participant when it came to providing finance to startups and the technology industry. The failure of this company has resulted in the freezing of tens of billions of dollars that were deposited there by startups and the private equity firms that backed them, which has raised fears of larger repercussions in the technology sector. Effect on agricultural financing. SVB maintained a presence in the agriculture sector despite the fact that its major concentration was on the technology business. The bank extended credit to a variety of agricultural businesses, such as those engaged in the manufacturing and distribution of machinery, fertilizers, agricultural-based byproducts, and other agricultural inputs, among other things. Because of the failure of the bank, it may be challenging for these enterprises to secure the finance they require to continue operating their businesses. In addition, it is possible that the failure of SVB would have a ripple effect that will affect the agriculture sector as a whole. The financial institution was an important source of finance for new businesses and rising enterprises, which had the potential to shake up the agriculture sector by introducing cutting-edge technologies, procedures, and products. If these enterprises do not receive this capital, they may have difficulty gaining traction, which could lead to a reduction in the rate of technical improvement in the agriculture industry. As a beacon of hope, First Citizens Bank is currently in the works to purchase the assets of Silicon Valley Bank. This would help the liquidation process and thus depositors. Finance for the agricultural sector and virtual currencies. In addition to this, SVB was well known for its involvement in digital currency, which encompassed virtual currencies like Bitcoin. The provision of banking services by the bank to a number of businesses engaged in the transaction of digital currency may have repercussions for the financing of agricultural activities. It is possible that agricultural businesses could benefit from an alternative financing option provided by digital currency, which would enable these businesses to avoid using conventional financial institutions. Yet, The demise of SVB may have a chilling effect on the industry of digital currency, which may make it more challenging for agricultural businesses to gain access to this kind of funding. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.